Here to discuss stories making headlines in business is Ted Struley, editor of the Journal Record. Ted, the Corporation Commission has approved new energy conservation rules. What will that mean to utility companies?
Well, it's going to provide some clarification and some updates to the existing rules. The goal here is to put off having to build any new power plants in Oklahoma, and these are energy conservation rules that are going to help make that happen. The interesting part of this was that the staff had recommended a tiered goal system that the commissioners cut out before they voted on the rules on Thursday.
Oklahoma wineries also have some new rules.
Well, they do. They no longer have to ship wine out of state to have it tested. They can now do that here locally. That's good news for them.
The federal government is making it easier for banks to serve marijuana businesses in states where the drug is legal. What do Oklahoma financial experts think of that?
Well, I think it's a pretty good idea because clearly there are some states that banks want to be able to do business in. They now have some guidance at the federal level. Locals think that's going to stop some little upstart, questionable operations from starting up to work in that market.
Devon is selling most of its Canadian oil assets. What's behind the move?
Well, they sold a couple $1 billion worth to get out of some of those Canadian properties. It certainly is helping their bottom line. They had about a $500 million swing from a loss to a profit in the fourth quarter.
The company that owns Love's Travel Stops is taking a new direction. Tell us about that.
They're getting in the hotel business. They purchased a microhotel franchise in Pecos, Texas. Will be their first one. They have a second one ready to break ground and have done some homework in about 8 states. They're especially interested in rural areas where they service a lot of truckers, especially in the oil patch where there are no lodging facilities.
Oklahomans love barbecue, and there are new owners for the makers of a popular barbecue sauce.
Head Country's food products division got sold this week. The popular barbecue sauce is now owned by an investment company and a couple from Miami.
What are you working on for next week?
You know, we heard a lot about the data breaches over the holidays, especially at Target stores. We're talking to Oklahoma banks about what replacing all those potentially compromised credit cards is going to cost. Nationally, the total is already up to more than $40 million.
That's a big story. Ted Struley, editor of the Journal Record. Thank you.
My pleasure.